Hello Tarot fans, welcome to another edition of Blue Six Tarot. I'm your fantastic host Blue Six. Thank you very much for watching. Now, as I'm recording this, it's about coming up to 11:30 at night, so bad lighting, etc. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a catch up and kind of, well, just doing a vlog really. So earlier, a few days ago, I posted a short video, basically saying that I'm doing a little ritual to kind of celebrate some good news. And so a couple of people have commented on the different social medias, basically saying that they like the look of the altar. Now, I've never really done altar videos, and so I thought it was kind of like an opportunity to kind of bring up some of the stuff that's been going on. Now, during lockdown, I kind of came out as an atheist, and during that process I then became an atheistic Satanist. Now, I have been hesitant to bring that up in videos. I've referenced it a few times, I believe, but overall I've been hesitant because I know that some people have negative affiliations with that, and that's fair enough. But I've also been doing a lot of TikToks talking about Satanism and atheism in general. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I've not been doing a lot of tarot stuff, because my focus is kind of split in different directions. So basically what I'm going to be doing, I'll be showing you my altar, but the reason I mentioned the atheistic Satanism thing is because it's basically kind of more of an altar for that, not necessarily for tarot. Now, I no longer believe in the supernatural. I still use tarot for myself and for my friends, because I find that it's still a very good and useful tool to have. Whether I believe there's magic behind it, personally I don't, but I still find it fun and interesting to use. And once again, I've been hesitant to bring that up as well, because if you're a person who believes that there is spirituality, magic and mysticism behind practices of tarot and other forms, I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong. I'm not here to tell you you should stop. I'm just here to talk about tarot and stuff like that on here. And so whatever your practice is, as long as it's not harming anyone else, go for it. You do you. I'm not going to stop you. Hell, I even do my own stuff. So as you can see in the background there, that's kind of how my altar looks now. And I want to give you a quick look at the altar. So sorry, the lighting is not quite perfect, but unfortunately I don't really have any plugs or anything on this side of the room. So, and this is kind of how my altar looks when it's not really being used. There's still a bit of stuff I should probably clean and sort out, but we'll focus on the main bits. This cool skull my friend gave to me from a Goodwill store. On top of that is this really cool thing that my friend made for me from resin. Usually I like to light, come on, get in focus. I like to light this white candle as a kind of beginning thing, just to kind of clear the space. And of course I've got different colour candles. I've got a black one there, it's not showing too well, but yeah, I've got different colour candles. Got some really cool cats there. So obviously I've got a Baphomet at the top, for balance, for the as above so below. In the middle I have a picture of Lucifer from the Goethe Tarot. I actually supported it on Kickstarter. On the left here I have Lilith, and on the right I have what I like to refer to as a patron demon, which is I can never pronounce its name, but that's the name there. Got a bit of intense burning at the moment, and over there we've got the strength card in the background. Behind that is a book where I just draw all the different symbols I find interesting. Got my burning bowl here for when I do resin, incense. Little spirit, little Ouija board there. Got a little market. Cost £10, but still pretty cool. I probably won't do a review on that one. Yeah, I've got stuff for the normal incense sticks. Bit of oil there. Little statue of Cthulhu that I got in a cool little box set. But yeah, this is kind of how it looks when it's not being used. In here is the different cards I use depending on what sort of ritual I want to do.
Now, as I said before, because I don't believe in the embodiment of magic, it's basically more of a form of meditation, so it's still kind of a way to focus on particular ideas and goals. But I think we'll take a look at how this kind of looks lit up. So this is how lovely it looks when it's all lit up. Now usually I have a glass of wine in the glass here, depending on the ritual, and I tend to place the tarot cards at the back here, kind of in front of this one. So you can't see where I'm pointing. So I tend to put the other cards in front of here, depending on what the ritual is, or I may put some of the might put some crystals along this on top of the tarot, depending on the ritual. But this is kind of how it tends to look most of the time when I'm doing one. I think it looks really lovely. So the celebration I was doing, I had the black, red and green. In this regard, the red was for love and passion and compassion. The black is this general representation of either protection and myself, as I've been looking into different practices, but I'll explain that later. And the green for like celebration, happiness and fertility. Fertility in various different stripes. Now most of the time when I do rituals, I usually use red, black and blue, which you can kind of see in the corner there, with some glass runes in there. Got a few sets of runes nowadays, but yeah, as I said, it does look a bit cluttered and I do need to kind of sort that out a bit, but that's kind of mostly how I do my ritual practices. On my other channel that covers my atheistic Satanism, link in the description. All of this is covered in that channel, so if you are interested, I give it a recommend. If you're not interested, this is as far as you need to go. Obviously I'll move on to another subject in a bit.
And so in one of the other shorts I posted on here, I talked about wanting to learn more about voodoo, or as it's originally was referred to as Vodou. And one of the reasons, actually to be fair, I started having a vague interest in it around about last year, just as a kind of I just wonder, I am kind of curious, because over the last year or so I've been learning a lot about my own kind of personal heritage and also learning about people and groups that have been, for lack of a better term, misrepresented. And so I was learning about the Black Panther movement, for example, and how when I was growing up in school, we were basically told that they were the black version of the Klan, a black version of the Klan, basically. And as I've learnt about it as I've been learning about them, obviously found out that it was a massive lie. And I wound up learning about Malcolm X out of curiosity, because I'm like, well, if this is what they've said about this group that's actually quite good, what have they been saying about Malcolm X? What have I not learned from that? What have I not learned? What have they not told me? And I've been finding stuff like that very interesting. And this is all kind of connected with the fact that about 6 months ago, I did a DNA test with Ancestry. And I found out that 71% of me is from the continent of Africa and 29% is from Europe, which isn't that shocking, I guess, to me. But 24%, the highest percentage I have from one area, was from Benin and Togo. Now, I'd never heard of those two places. I've got a crude map here, and they're basically between Nigeria and Ghana. There's two little countries just there. Don't know if you can see it too well. There's two little countries just there. And so I thought, I've got to YouTube these guys because I've never even heard of them. And I came across a video that says Benin and Togo, two amazing countries you've never heard of, as if they knew what I was thinking. And then discovered that it's the origin place of the practice of Vodou. And obviously when it went over to Haiti and then later on like Jamaica and West Africa and stuff like that, that's when it became voodoo and other practices. And so I've kind of been learning as much as I can about that, and kind of incorporating it into my practices as well. So, um, so some of my interests has been kind of really kind of expanding because of learning my background and heritage and stuff. And if you're regardless of what ethnicity you are, I would encourage you to kind of look into that, because I'm personally found it very interesting. I grew up not really having much of an interest because it felt like I would basically be wearing my history as a costume rather than kind of embracing it in a non-superficial way. You know, not just doing it for the sake of doing it, but kind of like, this is what I've learned, this is kind of what I'm finding interesting. And so, I guess in short, I've gone through quite a few changes in the last 3 years. I think I've grown into myself more, and I'm still finding so many more interesting things that I've been learning. I'm still on the tarot. I'm still on the tarot wagon. I'm still buying. I'm still collecting. Not as many stuff now because there's obviously, unfortunately, I've got other things I kind of have to focus on and need to save up for and that sort of thing. So I am still in the game. I am still a tarot creator. I still post. I still like to post. Still like talking about decks. And once again, even though I've not posted for quite a while, even the 1 or 2 comments I've been getting in the last couple of weeks, it's still good. You know, people are. It shows that you guys are still interested in what I have to say. That you guys still kind of find my perspective interesting enough to watch and comment. So for that, guys, I want to say thank you. And as I said before, if you are interested in this sort of stuff as well, I'll leave a link to my other channel and to my TikToks. I now mostly spend most of my creative time on TikTok, as I find it quite easy to do. But yeah, I'll leave links to all my socials and all my different channels and stuff on there. And without further ado, I'll just say catch you on the flip side.